Hello, this is the Watchdog and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Pagani Design PD-YN009. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing my Sterling Formula I Westcott. And Grogo's wearing my Sterling GMT Aqua Diver. I told Grogu I went to see the new Oppenheimer movie. He said he couldn't believe they made a movie about baking soda. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. Comes in, of course, the Pagani Design box. And has the nicest cleaning cloth in the industry. And here's the watch. It's a nice looking watch. I like it. This is an homage to a Citizen ProMaster Marine Titanium. I asked my wife why a watch needed to be made of titanium when it was on a rubber strap. It wouldn't be that heavy if it was made of steel anyway. She said why. I said because it is cool. Titanium is not really necessary as a steel watch isn't that much heavier, but it is fun and just sounds kind of exotic. Unfortunately, despite what the AliExpress ad says, this watch is not made of titanium. At 115 grams, the rubber-strapped watch is heavier than my full metal bracelet titanium octopus Kraken. It is also heavier than my Fox box homage of the same Citizen, and there is no way in hell that Fox box is titanium. For comparisons, the truly titanium Citizen is only 71 grams on a rubber strap. It does say stainless steel on the case back, so maybe whoever wrote the ad got lost in translation. Yeah, you can get the real titanium Citizen for $300-something, and that one would be a certified diver with an apostrophe S. But if branding, case, material, and certification isn't important to you, you can get this Pagani Design for about 1/4 of the price. It is a very unique looking watch with a very distinct case design. This is a fairly big watch that wears much smaller due to the lack of traditional lugs. When I first ordered the watch, there were two different colorways, blue camo with a blue strap or green camo with a black strap. You would think that since I am a blue watch guy and that I own a blue camo polo shirt that would match perfectly, I would have chose the blue, but I just preferred the looks of the green. They both have the same black bezel insert with the yellow markers. While preparing for this review, I noticed they added two additional colors, red or purple camo, both on black straps. I'm not a fan of either. The watch is 40.6 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, 43.9 millimeters if you measure at the indents of the case, but 50 millimeters if you measure corner to corner. It has a 40.9 millimeter lug to lug, which is almost as short as the bezel. It's 13.6 millimeters thick. Has a 22 millimeter lug width and weighs 115 grams on the supplied rubber strap. So once again, this watch is just too heavy to be titanium. There's no way. The bezel is 120 click unidirectional and it has good bezel action. The clicks are solid and you don't feel any back play and everything lines up just fine. Then we have a ceramic insert with yellow writing. Yellow writing seems to be the only option among all four colorways. And then we have a Lume pip at the home position. And we have minute markers around the entire bezel, not just the extension face. Then we have the skeletonized dial with a camouflage pattern. As you can see part of the movement through it and part of the date wheel. Then it has a little red marker here to show you which part of the date wheel you see is actually the date that you should be reading for the date. I don't know if that was necessary because the only other real position you can see the entire date is right here and you'd never confuse that. Then we have applied loomed indices, and this being a Citizen homage, we have the underwear briefs, 12 o'clock index. Then we have the hands, we have the arrow minute hand, and then we have this hour hand, which is split in two down the middle. I don't know what that's called. It's kind of like cathedral, but it doesn't have that one line down the middle. Then we have the second hand, and the second hand has a Lume counterbalance. And then, of course, we have the date again at the 3. And the date wheel is black, which is nice because white would have kind of clashed, I think, more with the camouflage pattern. Then we have a signed screw-down crown. The thread action isn't bad. You feel a little thread resistance, but it pops nicely, and it catches nicely when you screw it back down. And then we have a sapphire crystal. Yes, the watch is not titanium, but the crystal is sapphire. I did test it. Then we have the case. The case is a bead blasted stainless steel. Once again, not titanium. And the bead blasting looks really nice, and it makes it look like titanium. And yeah, it's really a unique design. And yes, I know Pagani Design didn't come up with the design. This is a citizen design, but it's different, and I like it. And once again, the case is really short, so even though this is 50 millimeters corner to corner, it wears a lot smaller. Then we have the case back. The case back says Pagani Design, stainless steel, water resistant, 200 meters, and then it has the star in the middle, and it also gives the model number. I'm assuming this is a screw down, but look at these little slots for the wrench. They're tiny. And I don't know how well you're going to get a wrench in there, but I haven't tried. I'm just figuring as soon as I try, I'm just going to scratch it up really bad. So that's going to be on my gripes and groans. I think they should have had better notches for the case back. Underneath the case back is the NH35 movement. This, of course, is the go-to workhorse movement for watches in this price range. It's a 24 jewel 3 Hz movement that hand winds hacks and has a bidirectional rotor, and they're usually fairly accurate right off the shelf. But let's go ahead and test this one. Here's the watch on the time grapher. As you can see, it's running really accurate, -2, -1. But look at that beat error, 0.8 milliseconds. That's why you see two distinct lines on the screen. The amplitude's not bad, but man, that's some serious beat error. But I guess I'd rather have accuracy than beat error. The strap is actual rubber, not resin and not silicone. The ad says WYN boiling rubber belt. So yeah, well, I know it's probably not a real rubber, it's a synthetic rubber, but it's a really nice synthetic rubber, and it feels really good. It's very thin, but it's sturdy, but it's not super stretchy like silicone. And it's very comfortable, very pliable, and it goes through the keepers really easily. And I really like this rubber strap. It's probably one of the nicest rubber straps I've ever seen on any of my AliExpress watch wonders. Really like it. Then it's got quick release too, so if you want to put it on a leather strap or something like that, that makes it easy. Except for one thing though, look at these. I mean, it doesn't have traditional lugs, so good luck getting this on a NATO. So if you're a fan of NATO straps, I don't think this is the watch for you. Personally, I'm happy with it on the stock strap. I really like the stock strap. So I don't think I would ever replace this one. So, and then we have the buckle. It's got the Pagani Design logo right there. Seems sturdy enough. And we have two keepers, and we have nibs to keep the first keeper in place. Of course, those nibs only work so well. And then the other keeper's full floating. Then we got plenty of notches. it's a nice strap. I really like it for a rubber strap. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. Once again, this is a very big watch that doesn't look big because of the short lug to lug. And yeah, it wears nice and flat. It's tall. It's a little chunky. But yeah, I really like it, and this rubber strap is really comfortable. And also, I have 4 notches left. So you'll be able to wear this if you have an 8.5 without changing straps. Here we are in the Lume room. Just wearing the watch, I could tell it had decent lume, which is usually not the case for a Pagani Design. As we speed up the time, we see that everything is glowing quite nicely. Unfortunately, the hands and the lume pip seem to be a little weaker than the major indices. It's not going to win any lume battles, but still pretty good lume for Pagani Design. It's nice that they seem to be getting better in the lume department. What do I like about this watch? Well, I really like this bead blasted case. I think it looks nice. I like the fact that a short lug to lug lets a big watch wear small. And I really like this rubber strap. It's sturdy, pliable, easy to bend, and has quick release. What are my gripes and groans? Not titanium. And the lack of traditional lugs is going to limit straps. You're going to have to make sure that the ends are nice and thin. Plus, you'll never be able to get this on a NATO unless it's super, super thin. And I really don't think the skeletonized dial was necessary. I like the camo pattern, but I think it would have looked better if it was without the holes for the date and just have a traditional square date. And the case back, good luck getting it off with these little slots. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, this watch is great. I love the looks and the wearability. My time with this watch has been a pleasant, uplifting experience, and I'm going to be sad to see this one go on Marketplace. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Pagani Design PD-YN009, and I will be back with another... Actually, I'll be back with an unboxing. I just got some stuff from AliExpress today. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.